Yeah, this is Bang Bang Radio. Do you know what? Travelling families, they can fight, mate. They can fight. I've never met a travelling family that can't fight. They can all march on. I think we all originate from travellers. I'm sure we do. You know what I mean? Us fighters, anyway. Um, I mean, when I was in Lewisham, Jimmy Tippett, and I fancy that Cliffield was a traveller, and Jimmy Tippett also was a traveller, because when we used to go around the sites, I mean, when I used to go down to see Johnny Critterton, I mean, Johnny Critterton was the boss of travellers, without a shadow of doubt. I think he was the godfather of the travellers, he liked me, John. I mean, Johnny Critterton really liked me, even though we ended up in a bad way. We fell out over bits and pieces and some liberties he took with me. But obviously, I liked Johnny. I did like Johnny Critterton, and all his kids could fight. I mean, his kids could really ever fight. I mean, a couple of times I've gone down to travellers' sites and had to get back ski like these jet skis and all them sort of things, and gone on the sites and could have come right unstuck. You know what I mean? Because some of these travellers can really, really have it. And it seems strange that I've never met a family of travellers that can't have it, actually. They can all march on. As I say, they talk from kids. Their dads teach them, don't they? To get out in the cobbles and have a fight one to one as young kids, as school kids, yeah. And when I was working a food market, I used to work in Brentford Food Market. I was a porter, a stand boy, a night porter, all them sort of things, yeah. And every Christmas, the Frankhams, all the Frankhams, Johnny Frankham, good fighter, Johnny Frankham. Les Stevens, all the Stevens families used to come down, and they're all fighters, proper fighters, And rest in peace, Les Stevens, mate, and Johnny Frankham. I mean, they're good fighters. I mean, I loved them all. I loved everyone. I don't think Johnny Franklin's dead. Sorry, beg your pardon. I didn't mean to say that. But all good fighters. Fantastic fight. And it would go out in the cobbles. A couple of times, I remember Colin Cracknell. Colin Cracknell was could have it. I don't know if Colin Cracknell comes from a travelling family or what, but a lot of the people down at the food market come from travelling families. I definitely think that the Welleses, Alfie Wells, Charlie Wells, Billy Wells, Johnny, all that lot, Welleses, mate. Oh, I mean, they definitely come from a travelling family, because all of them could march on. Every one of them could march on, and they talked a bit like travellers. You know what I mean? Who else was Derek Pierce? The Pierces, I think that Collinses. They were definitely travelling families. Bobby Collins, Whacker Collins, Billy Collins, and all that lot. Yeah, definitely travelling families. I mean, I grew up with the Collinses. Yeah, from the foot market. But I mean, Bobby Collins. I mean, me and Bobby Collins was big pals. Yeah, we used to go everywhere together. Bobby, Whacker, the eldest one, he can have a right fight. Whacker. You got young Philip Collins. He's doing really well now. They're all travellers. Janet Collins. I used to go to Janet years ago. The sister. She was beautiful, Janet, mate. Yeah, and I mean, all that lot could have fights. I think Martin Worsfold. He was a traveller. I mean, they could. Terry Woods, he was definitely a traveller. Terry Woods, mate. I mean, all them travellers down the foot market that worked in there, they could all have. I think everybody in that market, everyone that I was at, I mean, every one of them. There's not one person in that fruit market where I worked that couldn't have a fight. I mean, when we used to go down Covent Garden, I used to go down with Colin Cracknell in the lorries, in the potato lorries, and listen, mate, Colin Colin Cracknell was Covent Garden. Used to offer a lot of them porters out, and a couple of times Colin come unstuck really in lots of ways when they really put it on him. Yeah, I think the Tibbses, the old man Jimmy Tibbs and Robert Tibbs, Johnny Tibbs, Jimmy Tibbs, all that lot, they're travellers. They're definitely travellers, you know what I mean? I mean, all that lot, mate, can have fights, can't they? They can all march on, you know what I mean? I think Lou Yates, another traveller, definitely a traveller, Lou Yates. Maybe Roy Shaw. I don't know about Lenny McLean, maybe. All them fighters, mate, all them people that could fight was all travellers. Yeah, I love it, mate. I love it. I love to go on sites and see the kids fighting. You know what I mean? It's terrific. It's terrific. And he got the Joyces now that do all this unlicensed fighting, the bare knuckle fightings. They can all fight, mate. All the Joyces can march on. Going back. I mean, my mate Alec Jones from Paddington. All that lot from over there. I think Alan Jones is a bit of a traveller. Because my mate Alex Jones could really have it, mate. He could really have it. I mean, as a kid, he could really have it, you know what I mean? And Bobby Bill, all these names, Bobby Bill, look at Bobby Bill. He could have it, but he was very dangerous, Bobby Bill. I mean, very dangerous. Who was his? There was a lot down there. Maguire's, fucking hell, they could have it, Maguire's. The Maguire families, they're a big family, mate. The Maguires. I mean, I was in the scrubs with the Maguires, and they run the scrubs when I was there. They run A-wing, I think it was A-wing. They run it. They won. They definitely won A-wing. The Maguires, yeah, big family, mate. Big family. There's so many in it. There's so many of them. Smiths. It goes on and on. I remember me and the Smiths had a row, and over an orange. They gave me 3 oranges. One of the Smiths families, and I went mad because I'd done something for them, and they gave me 3 oranges. Johnny Crittenden, I had murders about that, but that's what life is. And I had to take liberties with them later on, but I did get my own back big time, yeah. Blundells, come on. I mean, Billy Blundy, Eddie Blundell, they were definitely travellers, mate. I mean, they could really, really fight, mate. They could really march on. Billy Blundell, to me, he was one of the hardest men I've known, Bill. He could have a fight, mate. Eddie, good boxer, Eddie, mate. Eddie Blundell, same. Could really march on. Eddie Richardson, another one. Charlie Richardson, they could march on, mate. They were definitely travellers, definitely without a shadow of that. The Quays, definitely travellers. The Quays, same thing. The old man, they're definitely travellers, mate. Without a shadow of a doubt, they were travellers, yeah. And all them gangsters, all them Billy Hills and all that lot, and they was all travellers, mate. I hold my hands up to them. They could all march on. I mean, I want to get all your comments. Tell me about the travellers the travellers that can have fights, yeah. And I know. I mean, I should think every travelling family has got 1 or 2 boys, even the girls. I've seen some of the travelling girls, absolutely stunning, beautiful girls, but they can really, really have it. I think they're taught from a young age, even the girls, to march on, to fight, yeah. But I mean, I'm on about them. Put them up, you know what I mean? They're not embarrassed to have a fight, you know. Fair play to them. 1 minute, I'm going to quick drink. I went down the other day, nicked my mate's cups, BFA, look. BFA, he's got nicked about 10 cups. He's got a big company, yeah, a big scrap company. My mate Terry, BFA. I mean, he plays good prices, mate. I don't know why people just don't go down there and use his company. Anybody doing scrap, good payer, mate, good payer. And as and it's all cash in it. It's all like checks, cash. It's all done proper, not cash in hand, but it's goes straight to the bank. You go and draw it out, mate. Good company. My mate's got BFA, but it's not far from me, BFA, and and they got all the machines. They've got everything down there, and it's good. I think they're travellers. I think my mate Terry is a traveller. I mean, I know his dad, Dennis, yeah, Dennis Haley, and he had big companies, big demolition companies. They were definitely travellers, and the old man Dennis Haley could really march on, mate. He could march on. He had some proper nasty, horrible people around him travelling. What does he call it? Jackie Lane, Tommy Green. I think Tommy Green was a traveller. Freddie Green, Jackie Green, all them people that I knew years ago. Jackie Lane's, all dangerous people. Tommy Green, look at what Tommy Green done. He was really, really dangerous. What he done. You know what I mean? I mean, all these people, Wilkinson, the Wilkinsons, yeah, Jimmy Wilkinson, a big arm robber, mate. Jimmy Wilkinson, fair play. Jimmy could have a right fight, you know. I mean, me and Jimmy fell out years ago, but I'm respecting Jimmy Wilkinson, mate, because Jimmy Wilkinson could have a right fight. He wasn't afraid of no man, and he was definitely a traveller. Jimmy Wilkinson, mate. The old man Bimbo, I think it was Bimbo Wilkinson, was it? Young Johnny Wilkinson, and all that. I mean, I grew up with that lot, and they just come down the fruit market, and could have a fight, mate. Could have a fight, real fight, and dangerous with it, yeah. I mean, most of that Wembley lot that I know, all that lot as well. I know them really, really well. I was away with a guy called Dave Delaney. I like Dave Delaney. I liked him. He's got a son now, Steve Delaney. I don't know about Steve. I don't know if Steve could ever fight, but Steve was a good worker, mate, grafter. But I don't think Steve could hold his hands up. But he wasn't involved in that. But I've met a lot of travellers. I mean, that can really, really have it. But most of the travellers I know that I've met are all fighters. All fighters, all bare knuckle fighters. As I say, the Joyces, all bare knuckle fighters. You've got Joe Smith, my mate, Joe Smith, number one. Joe Smith, he's a definitely traveller, Joe Smith. I mean, good old boy Joe Smith, mate. I love him. I love him, mate. He's a grafter, and he could have a fight, Joe Smith. He ain't fighting to have a fight. I don't know if someone said he's going to come back to start fighting again. He's, what is he, 45, 50 years of age? Wants to come back. Fair play to you, mate. And he could have it, Joe Smith. He's had a few fights. And listen, I keep talking about this promotion going, trying to get into it, they'll be all dead. But I'm really going to get into this. I mean, look at Matt Legg. Matt Legg. He's definitely a traveller, Matt Legg. I mean, he can really have it. I mean, Matt Legg, listen, I personally, I believe, yeah, if Matt Legg would have been about when Lenny was about, Roy Shaw was about, I was fighting all that, I think Matt Legg would have been an handful. Matt Legg would have been one of the top ones, if not the top ones, yeah? Because he can march on and he's a big, powerful guy that can bang. It's all about banging. I mean, Matt Legg is training to get back into the cage fighting, bare fist fighting, and if he does get into it, Matt Legg, I don't think there's a lot of people can hold hands up with him, mate, because he can have it, Matt Legg. Fair play to him. I like Matt Legg, mate, and and he will go a long way, Matt. He trains every day. He likes to drink. That's the problem, isn't it? You know what I mean? You got to get off that old drink, mate. That's the worst of the killer. That's worse than taking coke. That's worse than taking cocaine and crack, because that is addictive drink. You can't stop it, can you? Once you start, you know. But Matt, he's training very hard. He runs a lot. He's always on the bike. He cycles everywhere. Yeah, fair play to you, Matt Legg. I definitely think Matt Legg is a traveller. It comes from a travelling family. Because he can really have it, he can really have it. There's a lot of fighters. I mean, who was that? Was it Chippendale? Danny Chippendale? That's definitely a travelling family, Chippendales. You know what I mean? And they can have it. I mean, every Sunday, I think, those who go down the King's Club pub, and Colombo, Colombo might have been a traveller from where he comes from what, I think, I'm not quite sure where Colombo originates from, but Colombo, where he comes from, he could have been a travelling family. Colombo, Steve, all that lot, it's got down to Kings on a Sunday and fight every Sunday. Chippendale and Colombo, and there's a few others who should go down and fight. Yeah, fair play to them, mate. Fair play to them. People should go out every Sunday and get in the ring and do 10 rounds, 8 rounds, and punch the fuck out of each other. Yeah, seriously. Good fighters, mate. I loved them. When I used to get on I had 2 shows, right, in Acton Town Hall, but I mean, but that was years ago. That was in the 80s. But it was some good fighters on my shows. A lot of travelling people. Peter Smith. He's definitely a traveller Smith. Peter Smith, a long name like Smith. Peter Smith. Another traveller. Peter Smith could really have it. Peter. He is a good fighter. I mean, come on. I mean, all these fighters. That, you know, you go back, and I really think that they come from travelling families. Yeah, definitely. They definitely come from travelling families, mate. In fact, it shows doubt. I mean, that fighters. I mean, most fighters. Most fighters today come from that travelling family side of it. You know what I mean? Because the taught to fight as kids, and it's brought up in a minute. It's in them. It's just in them. It's like a tattoo. Once that tattoo's on you, mate, it don't go. Yeah, and that's what it's about. Yeah, and I really respect the travelling families because they can really have it. Yeah, and mums, dads, sisters. You know, they can all fight. Anyway, this is Bang Bang Rail. Please press the like button and subscribe. Obviously, you're going to tell me about Pickering's family. Who else is there? Sorry. I mean, even Billy Williams, Bill Williams, Billabong, another travelling family. Billabong, Bill could have it, mate. Billabong could have it. I mean, no, I've been in prison twice with Bill, and twice me and him become pals in and out. Twice me and him used to knock him out. Eyes are winking. And Bill, if Bill stood in the middle of three people, without a shadow of doubt, he'd knock the whole three out. He could bang. My name's Bang Bang Rail, yeah? His name should have been Bang Bang Billy Williams, because he could bang, mate. He really could hard. He could, you know. Who else have I missed out? I missed out quite a few. The old head ghost, trying to remember. But there are a lot that you're going to tell me about, you know what I mean, that I've left out. But I mean, there's someone really that can have it, that's in my head, and I can't remember his name. It's just driving me mad. But I'm sure you'll let me know. Anyway, this is Bang Bang Rail. Please like and subscribe. I can see the guy now. I'm looking at this guy. I can't remember his name. Anyway, take care. This is Bang Bang Rail. Please press the like button and subscribe. And thank you all very much for all the subscribes you give me and all the likes. Yeah, I love it, mate. Thanks very much, and keep going. Yeah, have a nice day.